Hey guys, so I just wanted to share one of my quiet time revelations. I just want to share with y'all. I'm gonna be so quick. So I'm in Psalm 105, and God just blows me away. And the verse is this. Let me read you guys the verse real quick. The verse is this. Make sure you read all the one Psalm 105 prayerfully. And so I get to this part in the verse, and it's talking about Joseph, because you know how the Bible will point back to previous moves of God and people that he's used. So it's talking about Joseph and how Joseph was sent to, I'm gonna go here because you know how they give you like little subtitles also. Joseph was sent to, the subtitle in the Bible that I have, the KJV, was this: Joseph was used to save Israel. And so I get down to verse 19, and it says, until the time that his word came, the word of the Lord tried him. So some of us are in a season of being tried. We're getting tired. We're exhausted at some points of the seasons that we're in, but God spoke a word over you. If you had a word released, a dream like Joseph, maybe a prophet in your church spoke a word over you, or whatever, you have a word that was spoken over you seasons ago. You saw all that Joseph went through. And if you don't know the story of Joseph, it's in Genesis. Go read it, because you won't miss that story in the OT, right? Genesis OT. Anyways, that dream he had when he was like a teenager was so far from the time that his word actually came to pass. And that's another reality we have to consider, the fact that your word is not a tomorrow word all the time. Sometimes you got to wait years. And that's all right, because you know that when you get the word, when the word finally comes to try you, right? I mean, as the word is trying you, before the word comes to pass, you know that when that trying is over, that you're going to be exactly who God wanted you to be to receive it. You know what I mean? And so I'm just trying to encourage y'all, because I'm encouraging myself, because God encouraged me. Because like God had this thing with me where he's like, again, the moment you want to leave the word, you want to leave your quiet time, stay a little bit longer. I'm going to reveal something to you. And this is one of those times. Again, I stayed a little longer, and he gave me something that was very special. It made me cry, honestly. It just, took me to a place of just deep emotion. And so, you have to remember that the season that you're in is for a purpose, for a reason. No matter how long the season lasts, like all hell could be breaking loose around you. And you just have to really stay the course. Go through your testing, And so even, I'm looking at some of my notes. Like Joseph went through a season of testing and crushing and trying, right? And like I noticed, the very opposite of what his dream meant is what happened to him. The antonyms, the antithesis of his dream had to happen to him to refine him, right? And so the opposites that he went through, he was sent to save, but he had to go through the opposite. He was confined. These are antonyms for that word, for the word save. He was confined. He was held. He was limited. He was restrained. He was abandoned. He was harmed. He was hurt. He was thrown away. He was endangered. He was made vulnerable. He was basically rejected. It's like, wait, so he sent to save, but he had to literally experience everything that looked like not being saved, and not what, in the world that we live in. If somebody did what his family did to you, people don't want to forgive. They certainly would not nourish and receive and save their own family members who tried to destroy them. You know what I mean? People are often like, they marvel at how could you, forgive people for doing something like this. And that's how like that's God's kingdom, and it flies in the face of the culture. You know what I mean? God's kingdom is very much like, what does he say? I'll use the foolish things to confound the wise. So the wise in the world might be like, oh, you don't forgive that. If your family comes after they tried to kill you, after they put you in prison, after they lied about it to your dad to make you think that you were actually dead all these years, when they come needing help, oh, there's no way that you give them the aid that they're seeking. But no, God refined Joseph, like refined him down to all these things, right? So he could be the man of God he called him to be. So when his family came, he said, don't even worry. What you meant for evil, God meant it for good. What you meant to harm me, God meant it for good. He said, fear not, I will nourish you and your little ones, bring everybody. And he took care of everybody. And this is one of my favorite stories in the Bible. And so, So I just wanted to like, okay, what does, when you look up the Hebrew, because the OT is Hebrew, you look up the Hebrew and Blue Letter Bible, for the word, tried, you get smelt, refine, test, prove true, purge, purge away, try, right? And so smelt means to extract, to gradually change into something else. Look, it's a gradual change into something else. God doesn't do it all at once oftentimes. And like we get mad that it's not happening soon enough. It's like because God is still extracting stuff out of us. He's still got stuff to pull out of you. And I've been going through like a serious purging, things I didn't even know were in my heart, man. God has been revealing it. And it's just like, it's wild because that's God. You know, it's God's stamp. I'm trying you by the word that was spoken over you. That word will try you. The word of the Lord tried him. It's just like dope that it's the word, the very word that was spoken over you that you're holding. That is the word that is trying you. And it's Bible. So go look it up. Take that in, right? And so refine means remove impurities or unwanted elements from. Improve by making small changes. Remember, it's gradual change. It's a small change, small changes at a time. In particular, to make more subtle and accurate. To perfect, improve, fine tune, complete, finish, crown, tweak, right? And so one of my favorite definitions, I think we're coming on to it. Hold on. And so test. To test means a procedure intended to establish the quality, performance, or reliability of something, especially before it is taken into widespread use. So if God has said that you're going to have a platform, or God has shown you like he's going to have you before people, and you know, you've been hearing these words all your life, he's preparing you for widespread use. And you know that you can't just go into that any old kind of way. And so God is testing us, preparing us for widespread use, you know? And so I just want to leave y'all with that. And the final thing, let me give you a little more. Test. It measures to check the quality, performance, or reliability of before widespread use or practice. Examine, assess, evaluate, and then to purge means to rid someone of unwanted quality, condition, or a feeling. Purge, to rid someone of unwanted quality, condition, or feeling. So even those icky feelings that we have, God got to get rid of them. And like, yo, that's what I've been going through. And I know some of y'all are going through it too. Hang on. Don't run from the test. Let God's word try you so that when the day comes that he calls you forth into that word, you're ready. Mind, body, heart, soul, all surrendered to the Most High God. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.